Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want. Thanks for logging on. Today we're looking at the Oris Big Crown Date 44mm in PVD stainless steel. You can see this vintage-inspired pilot-style watch on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there if you like, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. You can see on my wrist 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. The style might be inspired by the 1930s, but the size is very much of the 21st century. Now there's an interesting dichotomy here. First and foremost, because the watch being very thin with a lovely sloped and knurled bezel easily clears a dress cuff or sleeve, 12mm thick, and because of that sloped bezel, it gives a sleeve or a cuff a head start up and over the crystal. It's an easy watch to wear with formal attire, but it does have an impressive span from lug to lug. From extremity of lug to opposite extremity, you're talking 55mm, and just off the top of my head, we're talking a greater overall span than a 42mm Royal Oak Offshore or a Rolex Yacht-Master 2 Regatta chronograph. So in terms of wrist stance, this is a very impressive watch without the overbearing girth of many large sports references. And I do want to say that Oris was clever to start with the inspiration of the 1930s and then take a stylistic departure, because this isn't a slavish tribute watch. It isn't self-consciously a replica of anything. It takes some styling cues, the bezel, the dial, the crown, the lugs, from vintage watches, and then it freestyles a bit. And you can see how that continues in the strap itself. Gone is the cliched brown calf leather with a contrasting white or ecru stitch. This is monotone, and it matches the sleek, almost stealth fighter-esque dial with its gray and black calibrations. It's beautifully low-key and also beautifully keyed to the case itself, which features a few elaborations on the basic pilot routine. You can see how the brushed finish and the knurled bezel contrast with small, polished sections that really set themselves off against the matte finish of the watch as a whole. Now, a simple and beautifully adjustable pin buckle allows for easy on-the-fly swapping of perforation points as your wrist expands or contracts in periods of activity, inactivity, hot or cold weather. Now it is a sports watch in the truest sense, so this big crown isn't just for show. Not only does it allow excellent purchase, whether your hands are wet or gloved or sweaty, but it also assures 10 ATM or 330-foot water resistance when it's screwed down. Now when it's not screwed down, thanks to the Oris Caliber 733, you have the ability to hack the seconds, so you can synchronize precisely to a known accurate reference time or atomic clock, and you have another refinement in a quick change date. So should the watch run down or require a correction, you can easily swap through the date disc. Now the dial itself is highly legible once you get used to it. It's not a pure tool watch design. There is a little bit of stylistic, I would say, flair and kind of a raffish sensibility here. It's a little bit heretical to have a tool watch with a matte composition on the dial, but everything's beautifully detailed. All of the printed numerals and indices are high contrast on center and then applied on the hour track. So you have a wonderful texture and sense of depth, and this is actually accentuated by the conical chapter ring outboard of the hour track. It provides a nice transition from the knurled bezel down to the base of the dial. So the dial actually has good depth in spite of its simplicity. Now on the case back, you can see the Oris Caliber 733. This is a Sellita SW200 modified by Oris with some aesthetic and mechanical upgrades. As mentioned before, it does feature hacking, it does feature a quick set date, bidirectional automatic winding with a 38-hour power reserve and 26 joules. It's a very tough engine for this aircraft, or I should say, aircraft-inspired watch. This isn't, strictly speaking, an aviator's watch, nor is it a retro watch, and I think that's a great redeeming feature for any watch that dabbles in the tribute segment. Too many of them come out as cliches, as derivatives, as lookalikes, as much a product of someone else's heritage as the design team's own inspiration. I don't get that from the Oris Big Crown Date. This is a unique work. It stands somewhere between the past and the present, and I really love it for that. You can see and you can purchase this Oris Big Crown Date 44mm stainless steel PVD pilot's watch on our website, watchyouwant.com.